This is such a difficult question because, on the one hand, your first question was about the ways in which it's a great opportunity if we do things right. But there are other aspects to the absolute number of people. Of course, I don't buy the argument about the people who have more children are poor, and that's what's causing the problem. They have more children because they're poor. For the great larger part, because they need those children. But it is true that one really does need to think about other aspects of the population besides the absolute number. For instance, what does it mean in terms of population density? What does it mean in terms of the pressure on population? We might get a seat at the table for because we have large numbers, absolute numbers of people providing a market for exports, but we have our own administrative problems that are important too. And so it works both ways. We need to invest in education and employment, of course. But I just want to point out, say a little bit about dependency ratios. This whole discussion and excitement is about the age composition of the Indian population, that we have a large pool of people of working age relative to the people young and to the old, especially as compared to China. That's great. But I think as we said, we need jobs for them. But there's another aspect of India that's important in terms of improving dependency ratios. Not only is it a big country, but it's a very diverse country. So if you look at the regional differences in the age structure, what you find is that we already have parts of the country which are facing a labor shortage. And you have other parts of the country where there's an excess of labor, a shortage of jobs. And the fact that it is one country means we don't have the kind of, or we shouldn't have the kind of boundary and migration issues that Europe, for example, faces. Even though it has a labor shortage, it's not so easy for people in Japan or Europe or Britain to cross borders and match demand to supply. India, being diverse and being one administrative entity, makes the demographic dividend a bit easier to deal with. Because it didn't all start its fertility decline at the same time. There are parts of the country that, in the south in particular, that are desperate for more labor. There are parts of the country in central and northern India that have too many young people without work. If we could work out a peaceful and good arrangement to match demand and supply within the country, I think that's one big opportunity that we are not talking about enough.